Hey there guys, so currently I'm on my way to town to get stuff or take care of some stuff to get ready and go down to the resort that I go to and go mow. I've decided that today I'm going to try and record, given battery percentages and everything else, try and record yards that I do down here at a place called Lake Seneca Resorts, which is in Seneca, around Seneca Lake, Ohio area. Currently I'm driving down my driveway that is so rough that if you were to get a performance vehicle down this road and try to test it out, you'll figure out if it's good or not. I mean, this road is just junk. Utterly junk. There's not much we can do about it because it's just, we have potholes and dirt. In fact, I'm just going to let this video go out until I get down the road, but once I get done with this drive, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I just want to, like I said, just show you guys just one day of me mowing my yards that I have. And I want to do a voiceover over top of them and everything else. Yeah, see how bad this road is? It's horrible. Just horrible. Anyways. Got a lot of squeaking going on too, a lot of stuff probably greased up and whatnot. Just haven't had time or the money to try and grease things. Now I'm on the main road, it's a lot better now. Anyways, here in a little bit, I'm going to do voiceovers of, I'm going to record the yards I do today, and then I'm going to do voiceover of everything that I've went through this year with my business. Now, I did forget to say this in the beginning of the video, if you're still here. If you're still here, you don't run your own business, and it's not lawn care landscaping, or you just don't run your own business, or you don't really care to watch this kind of content, then go ahead and skip. But if you want to watch me do some yards while I voice over how hard this year's been, what I've tried to work through, what I've had to work with, and stuff like that, then feel free to stick around. But that's, yeah, here in a little bit when I finally get down there, I'll be recording what I do. I've got some yards that are okay, and I got some yards that I want to kill myself after I get done with them, which I'm probably not charging a good amount either. I'm probably overcharging some and undercharging some, but for the most part, I'm probably undercharging a lot of people. My parents think I'm just straight up sexually assaulting these people on price, but I don't think so. They don't take into consideration the amount of time these places take, trying to make them look good, trying to make them look top notch. They just don't consider all that stuff. They're like, oh, you're just trying to make a little bit of money, trying to scam people. No. If me and you agree on a yard that I'm getting ready to do, and I agree to it, then yeah, I'm going to do what I can on that yard to make sure that it's the best quality that there can be. Now, some days I'm going to admit, some days I run into issues where I don't eat enough and I'm getting worn out from the day and everything else, and I half-ass it. I'll be honest, I half-ass it. But that's just me being honest. And I half-ass it in certain areas where you can't see it that well, I'm hoping. But if you do see it, then I try to always work with you, and, you know, next cut I'll take a few off since I didn't do it this cut, and so on and so forth, things like that. But if it's little things like I missed a spot like that big, unless it's highly noticeable, I'm gonna probably still fix it the next time, but I don't know. This year's just been rough. I just want to take a video of the yards I do today, and I'm gonna voice over all the ones I do and show you guys what I'm doing, what I got to deal with, and how it is being solo operator and everything else. So, with all that being said and done, that's the end of this part until the next part. So, I guess next part you'll see me, I'll be mowing weedy. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, without further ado, here's the rest of the video now. Alright guys, how are we doing today? So, I like I said in the video a little bit ago, I'm just going to be talking about how this year's been so far, and just the fact that this year has not been easy by any means. For those of you who know, obviously, as you're watching me do right now, I'm currently working on this yard right here. Now, as I'm recording this, it is Thursday night. It is July 24th, Thursday night, and I did this yard yesterday on the 23rd. So, just been going through some stuff lately. Hold on one second. I actually need to take care of something real quick. Had to text girlfriend back. So, if you're still here, and you're listening, this isn't for, this isn't for anybody. But it's me talking to other people who might be going through the same stuff right now. This year has been grinding absolutely nonstop and not hardly having retrieval from it all. Obviously here you can see that I, do lawn care and landscaping, and that's my main job, as you can clearly see here, And I do it by myself. I don't have anybody else helping me do this. Everything you're seeing in this video, which is literally just me weed eating, but I've been doing this job with like 4 or 5 people every few weeks to every few months with this job. I've been trying to find people to help me do it, whatnot. Just nobody's really, worked out, or just stuff went down. I just don't think they're good enough. Trying to create a business here that, people can look at and go, wow, that guy does a great job. I mean, the work he does is phenomenal. He's not charging anybody high prices, and if he tries to work with people and stuff like that. Everybody sees a grass cutter that tries to do what he can. But nobody sees a dude that tries to do a good job at all this, trying to make a name for himself. Really, nobody helping him out. I mean, I am doing all of this on my own. I had my mom and my girlfriend, a few people in my family going, well, you need to do better. You need to do this. My biggest things right now are I don't get up early. Some days I get going about noon and I'm done about 6, 7 in the afternoon. I get up at noon. I have went clear till 9 o'clock in the afternoon for it. I used to mow in the dark, but I mowed in the dark till I realized that that isn't always the best thing to do, actually, because when you mow in the dark, you're not seeing everything you need to, and it's just not a good job. In fact, I went and got pizza uptown from, it starts with a D and rhymes with Domino's. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, if I'm allowed to say it like it's a sponsorship or nothing. But anyways, I went uptown and got pizza, and I came back, and there was people still mowing. It's like almost, it's dark now. I mean, it looks like almost pretty much midnight. And I was like, yeah, I used to be that way, until I got smart and realized that you can't see things in the dark when you're cutting unless you have a headlamp with you. But you know what? I'm not trying to do that this year. I'm just not trying to do that at all. But this year has just been a struggle between equipment failures, doing it all by myself, not having hardly any help, barely. I mean, I have a little bit, but I don't have a whole lot. And trying to keep above water with finances and, trying to keep equipment in check, maintenance, and everything else. And, I mean, this is my only source of income, so whenever I'm not mowing, I'm not making any money. That's just all there is to it. So, but being self-employed this year, I have learned a lot. And I mean to tell you, I have learned a crap ton of crap. Just stuff. And, I probably would have never learned half of what I did this year if I hadn't, done this full time. So, ever since 2020, I graduated in 2020 from Barnesville High School. That's where I graduated from. I didn't go to Barnesville. I went to JBS, which is the Belmont County Career Center here in Belmont County. But ever since I graduated, I worked at the water department here in Barnesville. And I, worked at cemetery crew in Barnesville. Did that for 3 seasons until I had enough of it. Well, actually, I didn't even do that until I had enough of it. I was working cemetery crew one day. The village administrator comes up to me and says, hey, how would you like a job at the water department? I'm like, yeah, that's sweet. At the time, I was 19, I think. So, 2020, yeah, I'm always a year behind the year. So, like, this year's 2025, I'm 24, so. But he came up to me and he said, he asked, yeah, would you like to do that? I'm like, yeah, I mean, give me some time and, yeah, I'll probably definitely do that. And so, I went up on that following Monday, I went up to tour, the area a little bit of where I was working at. So, toured it, and I went with the supervisor, and everything was good. I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and sign up. So I signed on, and I became an official water department employee. And don't get me wrong, that job wasn't always bad. But there was also a lot of not fun times. In fact, if I can dig through videos, I might even post one of the videos of one of the water leaks I had to work on, maybe. That's kind of my favorite one to get on film because I did it in slow motion. It was one of the bigger ones we had to work on. It was about our day ended at 3:30. Well, our supervisor got a call from some dude on this side of town and said, hey, I think we got a water leak. You gotta want to check it out. Supervisor went out and he was checking it. When we pulled up, and that was me and another guy, a coworker I used to work with, and we looked at him. He said, well, boys, it's Friday, 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, and we got water coming out. He said, I think I know where the pipe's at. He's like, get ready, boys, because we're in for a heck of a night. Well, that's not what he said. I'm like, well, that's awesome. There was a lot of times with the water department that I have a lot of memories of. Some good and some really bad. Really bad times. Definitely wasn't worth the benefits or the pay grade. Anyways, that was the water department. Worked there for about 1.5 to 2 years, I think. I went to work with my buddy out in an oil and gas shop, which, fun fact, the oil and gas shop worked at was called Frac NDT, and it was based out of Sandy Ridge, which is Barnesville. A fun thing about it is, that building that they worked out of, my brother and his wife actually lived there for, I think, a year, 2 years, back when when her dad and mom owned the whole property. So, working there, going from knowing that place as a leisure, a house and all the stuff they had, to working there every day, that was a definite interesting thing. So I worked there about a year and a half, 2 years. And I had a girl that I had just met when I was working there. My buddy got on Facebook. My buddy's the reason I got on this Frac NDT place, and we worked with each other pretty much every day, and it was good for the most part, us working together, but bosses tended to favor him a little bit more over me. I don't know why, but they just did. He did a good job, but I don't know. Anyway, he got on Facebook dating, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to try this out, so I did too. I got on there, a few girls, I don't like this, I don't like this one, And then I seen one that I tried out with. First few months was great. Things went sour. I ditched it. So about that time, went on a beach trip. Came back. Had another girl text me. Snapchat me, I guess. I guess from what she says, it took me a day and a half or a day to respond back. I was going through the motions, figuring things out. And I don't mean to talk about my life story, but I am just kind of ranting about stuff. Anyways, we hit it off. We've been together since November 6th of 2022. So there's that. So then went and worked for LaRoche Tree Service, which is a tree service based out of Bel Air, Ohio. Worked there for a year and a half. I was out stationed. We came back home to Barnesville every day, but we were stationed out in Newark to Loudonville, Ohio, doing tree work, obviously. Working with a helicopter and trimming stuff, all that good stuff. Out of all the jobs I've ever had, I missed that one the most. Being out in the woods, and, just being with a bunch of guys. Some days we were all having a good time. Some days were not great. Some days better, some days better than the other. You know I'm getting at. Any job I missed. And then the last job I had before I did this one. I worked at a supermarket here in Ohio. I'm not going to exactly say which supermarket. I could, but I'm not going to. My dad's been there since 95, and he helped me get on to here. He's a maintenance guy there for all the stores they have. But I worked at this one specific one. And it was in Woodsfield, Ohio, which is actually the town below Barnesville in Monroe County. Worked there for a few months. I liked everybody that I worked with. I got along with pretty much everybody there. There wasn't anybody I didn't get along with. I just completely hated the job. The job just sucked. Horrible. I mean, it was bad. I found out I'm not meant to be in a closed space for 8 to 10 hours a day doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. I started having panic attacks about a week before I left. I just couldn't do it. I stopped. I tried to push through it, but everything was getting to the best of me. It was not good. Every time I clocked in, I was always coming in late because I just could not stand to come in. One day I had a panic attack so bad I went laid on the bathroom floor for 5-10 minutes. It felt like 3 hours. But it was at that point that I knew I couldn't do that job anymore, so I had to leave. I just couldn't take it anymore. And turns out that the guy that replaced me was only there for about 30 days, and then he quit. So I think there's something going on there, but I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. With all that being said and done, I've worked many jobs in my life. And a lot of the jobs I did not like. But there's one theme of all the jobs that I had that I didn't like. They all had a boss, and that boss wasn't me. I didn't control the hours, I didn't control the rate, I didn't control this, I didn't control anything. The only thing I controlled was what job it was I had to do, that I got told to do. So I had enough of all that, and I decided to venture out and do this. I mean, I've been doing this on the side 5 to 7 years, but this year, 2025, I went full-time with it. Luckily, I still live with parents, and they put up a lot of my crap this year because this has been a hard year for all of us. And you know what? Big shout out to my mom and dad for that because they both have really had a lot of patience with me this year. And shout out to the girlfriend, too. She's done a lot this year. She really has. A lot for us and a lot for her. And it's just been a struggle this year. Between doing all this by myself, never hardly having any help. It wasn't great. I mean, you know, if I had to live this year over again, I really wish that I could at least know what I was getting myself into because self-employment, I had no idea was going to be this, intense. I had no idea that it was going to be what it was going to be. I didn't know I was going to have all these issues and everything else. But you know what? Sometimes when you venture off and to do your own path, do your own things in life, you don't always know what's coming around the next corner. You just have to hope and pray that you can make it to the next corner. And that's what I've been doing this year, is just grinding it out. And, and like I said, I can't get going in the morning. I need to, but I can't right now. But as soon as I do get going, though, unless I'm burned the crap out, then I can get going. But I can't. It's hard. Once I get going, I'm good. But till then, it's not good. But again, for anybody that's still listening to this, you don't have to. I'm just kind of talking to you guys. Whoever's still listening, though, I do greatly appreciate it. And if you have subscribed, I greatly appreciate what happened there. Anyways, start taking a drink of Sprite. So, this year as well, I have had to fight through many mental battles. My biggest thing is I have severe anxiety, and this has been hard for me to do this year, big time. Again, I would have never anticipated that this year would have went like it did. If you'd have told me this year was going to go like exactly how it did go, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have believed it, but I'd been like, okay, well, I guess there's that. We'll see what happens. I am kind of glad that I did go through this year because I've learned a lot. There's a lot that I never would have known if I hadn't pushed myself this year. Just like this bank I'm doing right here. This bank sucks butt. But this is the one time it actually wasn't that bad. And it would be the one time, too, that I'm recording myself that it wouldn't be that bad. But as you can see here, I got the beer buds in, and I'm just going at it. That's why I love doing what I do. As much as I hate it some days, I do love doing this. I'm doing my own job, being my own boss, wearing that hat. You see that hat right there? Yeah, that hat is my hat. I might have had a friend of mine make it, but that's my hat. That represents my company. quote-unquote company. It's not really a big company yet, but I can say that I'm happy that this is my business, and that's been growing. Actually, in fact, right after I got done making this video, which I've got about 4 minutes left, I need to start getting this kind of wrapped up. When I went to make this video, actually, or end it, I was right behind the camper up there on the hillside, and I had just gotten 2 calls, one for a yard here in Barnesville, and then one for a yard in Bethesda. So I am still getting out there as well. It's just, some days it's still hard to keep going, because I don't know what's around the next corner. I really don't. You know, is there really a big bad thing about not knowing what's coming next? Why is that such a fear of what's coming next? Why do we fear that so much? I don't quite understand that. Why do we fear what's coming next so much? Oh my gosh, I don't know what's coming next. What's coming next? What's coming next? Look at 2020. Nobody knew what was coming next. We were all in fear of it. Why were we in fear of it, though? What in this world makes, you know, the unknown stuff so fearful? I don't understand that. But, again, this year has just not been easy at all. I've had to fight my own battles out here in the battlefield, it feels like. Just not easy. Not easy in the least bit. And even dealing with all the stuff I've dealt with this year, like feeling, you know, sick and dizzy and everything else, it's not fun. So, like I said, I don't know if there's really any point to this video. I just want to kind of make this video and talk about what I went through this year and how this year was definitely not like I was expecting it to be in least bit, shape, or form. But I have made it. I've made it. I have done it. Wasn't easy. Not done yet, but I've definitely made it. I've pushed. Not everything has been easy. A lot of things have been hard. But I have managed to push further than I ever thought that I would. There's still a long ways to go. But from where I was, I think I'm in better shape now. And maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just thinking that. But I do believe I might be in better shape now. I don't truly know. Sorry, I'm getting a glass of water here. As I'm talking right now, suddenly I feel dizzy. I feel dizzy and a slight panic attack coming along. But you know what? That's normal for me. I have these all the time. I feel dizzy all the time. I feel anxiety come on all the time. The only good part about right now is it's 10 o'clock at night. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Feel better, but it's 10 o'clock at night. About time for me to go to bed. The only bad part is I do believe tomorrow we're supposed to be getting some rain. I think tomorrow's supposed to be rain day. Which I'm going to go out and look on the porch and see if it's even starry outside. If it's not starry, then that's a pretty good indicator as well that it's going to rain sometime tonight. And realistically, I probably should put my equipment under cover, but oh well, I guess. Okay, so it's very starry out here tonight, but I don't know. The windows up at least? No, they're not. They're not. That's it. I'll take care of them in a minute. But this year I fought through tears, I fought through panic attacks, I fought through anxiety attacks. I've had to do all these jobs on my own. I didn't get any more of these jobs on camera, but this was a big one I did. I fought through a lot of stuff this year. And I keep going, despite how hard it's been. And I guess with all that being said and done, as you can see, I'm getting ready to end the video, so I'm going to say this. As always, keep a great frame of mind and keep it top notch. And I guess we'll see you in the next video. Yeah, you can see here, but I'm sorry to be done with this already. So I will see you guys sometime down the road, whenever that may be. I'm posting videos pretty regularly, so probably soon. But anyway, bye. Have a good one.